Hey, how's it going, everyone? Nick Salzman here. Want to check in with you today and talk about something that I think is really relevant to a lot of you viewers out there. First of all, thank you so much for all your feedback that I've received from you. This is really helpful for me to help narrow down some other topics that I think we could dive into more. So, what we're going to talk about today is how to help protect the home and help people sleep at night. For those of you that have always had an issue with this, whether it's insomnia or bad dreams or just whatever it is you need help sleeping at night, this video is definitely for you. If you're like me, what got me into this work though was, I was always used to seeing weird stuff in my dreams or just having weird experiences at the house. But once my kids started to experience it, that's when I decided that, hey, you know what? I'm going to dive into this a little bit more and try and understand it and maybe replace some of that fear of what I don't really know and replace it with some sort of knowledge. Because once we do know what's going on, then I think it helps us operate from a level of compassion a lot more, especially when we understand. So hopefully this helps you guys connect a few dots and makes your clearing abilities even better, or just maybe you've been on the fence about doing this stuff. Hopefully we have some information here that will help encourage you to make the right decision. So if you're someone that likely has been experiencing this for a long time, right? So what we'll talk about first is just how to keep your house clear first in general. Okay, if you're someone that's been experiencing this for a long time, it could be one of a couple things. You could have family members that have passed on that are trying to make themselves known. It could be someone that's in a that maybe passed away in the location or near a location, like in an apartment complex or houses by each other or something. Or maybe it's something that you had a dream and it connected with you in a dream, and now it kind of hangs out in your house and affects you when you at night and you go to bed. So what happens is first they come to the adults. They come to the adults because they're the adults, the ones that can likely call a priest or someone that can bless the home or do a prayer for them. Either way, they're trying to initiate contact and they're trying to move on, I guess you could say, or at least let their presence be known to help them move on. So if, being an adult, we work all the time, we got a lot of stuff going on. It's easy for us to get distracted and not follow through with some of the stuff. So what happens next is they tend to go to the kids. They go to the kids because the kids can pick up on them and the kids can see them, the kids can hear them. And so oftentimes they start going to the kids. So the kids get the adults' attention, the adults call in the priest or someone that can be helpful. And then at that point, the contact's initiated, the cycle's initiated, it's all good, okay? So, how can we help keep kids safe? So, first of all, we have to be able to understand the energy of the home can be manipulated with a pendulum. So, if we move into a space that maybe there was a lot of arguing or something, or maybe there was just a lot of turmoil, emotional turmoil that was in the space, sometimes energetically sensitive people can step into a space and feel this and feel kind of unease, or maybe it feels like you're itchy, or just kind of these different uncomfortable sensations where you just can't feel rested and comfortable in the home. We can use a pendulum to help kind of neutralize some of that energy and then bring in some better energy. So there's a couple that we can use. The first one I'm going to show you is a furba pendulum is a real good one for this. Anything that has kind of that green frequency, gray frequency, I wouldn't get hung up too much on the color spectrum, but what I will say is the ones that have that gray or green color to them seem to be able to work really well with what I'm about to show you. So just as easy as this, if you could do it sitting in your space, if you have a brass pendulum, maybe take a picture of the living room or whatever part of your space, and then hold the pendulum over the picture on your phone. So if you got a brass one, it works really well. If you got a wood one, you can do it sitting right in the space or over your phone, however you like. So something that I would easily just say is, if I moved into a new house and I wanted to bless the house first, very first thing that I would do is I would ask that we neutralize any stagnant mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual energy stored in this house, in all rooms, all closets, all attics, all basements, all crawl space, all bathrooms, all bedrooms. And we have to neutralize it this time. And we hit our breath. We then say, we ask that we transmute all non-beneficial energy to pure, unconditional love in this building, house, land, whatever you're blessing. Okay, so that's step one, just neutralizing energy. It gets a little bit more complicated than this. But first of all, neutralizing the energy is going to be really, really helpful. If we can neutralize the energy first, and there's no like paranormal activity in the house, it's just energy, we can easily neutralize it. The thing what I would follow up with is a white light frequency pendulum. These are many that are out there. This is mine. I use a prayer pendulum for this. So basically, if I just neutralize the energy in a space and I just transmuted everything to pure unconditional love, I am now going to follow it up with a white light pendulum, and I'm going to use this to help reinforce the blessing, reinforce the clearing. It's going to help a lot. You know, if some of you guys are into burning sage or any of that kind of stuff to help do a clearing on a place, this would be like the equivalent to like burning cedar afterwards or like sweetgrass afterwards to help kind of like hold the space, if that makes sense. So we use this to help kind of hold the space. So now that we've transmuted everything, we're just going to ask the universal knowledge. We ask that we fill this house to its highest and healthiest state with the holy white light energy at this time. And what usually I do after I do a big clearing on someone's house is I put a thought form of love and protection. So it's kind of like putting a blessing on a house is another way to say it. Thought form is another way to say it. So I'm going to say universal knowledge. I ask that we place a thought form of love and protection over this house. We ask that all who rest in this house sleep peacefully throughout the night, undisturbed, and allowed to awaken, refreshed, full of confidence and energy to take on the day's task with courage. Thank you. All right, so last part in this video, basically what it comes down to is if you've done all this stuff, and it's still not working. There's still people having nightmares at home. You're still people having insomnia. You're still needing melatonin to sleep because your dreams are wild. You probably got something else in the home. And so I would refer you to check out my other videos. Paranormal investigating would be a big one because then you'd be able to see on a chart kind of some of the stuff that might be in our house, and then from there we can use our pendulum to help determine what's there and if anything's attached to it, and kind of a process to help clear it. I also have paranormal investigating, the second one that I just recently did that'll help you understand a little bit more. Clearing earthbound spirits. This is another video that'll help. Pretty much, this is like what was really centered a lot of what I do is this kind of clearings, but sometimes it's not always entities that need to be cleared. Sometimes it's just residual energy. So I hope this has been kind of helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, comment below. Do me a favor, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Help this reach other people by sharing it to somebody. Okay? Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day. Take care.